Welcome to the Explainer. Today we're diving into a blueprint for well-being that's, thousands of years old. It's this incredible system that weaves together faith, daily rituals, and nature. And as we're about to see, this isn't just about ancient remedies. It's a complete philosophy for living that modern science is really just starting to catch up with.
Okay, so let's start with this one idea because it's pretty much the foundation for everything else we're going to talk about. What this is really saying is that God identifies so closely with the sick that caring for someone's health becomes a sacred act, like a direct interaction with the divine.
And this whole framework is built on one crucial idea. Your body isn't just yours, it's a trust from God. Now, that simple belief, it changes everything. All of a sudden, staying healthy isn't just a good idea, it's a core responsibility. Every single guideline from prayer to diet is designed to support that trust.
So, here's how we're going to break this down. We'll start with that core belief, then we'll see how it actually translates into daily rituals. From there, we'll explore some specific natural remedies, and we'll finish up with the healing power of certain foods.
First up, health as an act of faith. I mean, why is simply staying healthy considered a form of worship?
Well, by basically saying that visiting the sick is like visiting God, a really powerful connection is made. This whole idea frames empathy in healthcare, not just as, social duties, but as genuine pathways to spiritual closeness.
All right, let's move on and see how this actually builds into daily life. It turns out that core religious rituals can also be seen as these incredibly sophisticated forms of preventative medicine. Take, for example, the practice of rising for the dawn prayer. It lines up almost perfectly with what modern science tells us is the ideal morning routine. I mean, think about it. At dawn, the air is richest in ozone, which energizes the nervous system. You get that all-important early morning sun for vitamin D, and you sync your body's clock with the natural peak of melatonin, which is the hormone for rejuvenation.
And the 5 daily prayers themselves? You could almost see them as a kind of gentle, full-body workout. All that rhythmic bowing and prostrating improves your blood flow and flexibility. The pressure points on your hands and feet when you prostrate, that's not so different from modern reflexology. Even the slow, deliberate movements help your body manage changes in blood pressure, which prevents that head rush feeling you get when you stand up too fast.
And the benefits aren't just physical, they are absolutely mental. A study in Florida measured the physiological effects of listening to Quranic recitation and found a 65% positive effect in promoting calmness. But here's the really wild part. This was tested on non-Muslims who didn't even understand Arabic.
So it wasn't just a feeling of peace. The sound waves themselves actually caused real, measurable changes in the body. We're talking heart rate and blood pressure dropping, muscles relaxing, and skin temperature rising. All classic signs that the body is entering a state of deep relaxation. Now, beyond these daily rituals, the prophetic traditions also recommend a kind of natural pharmacy, specific remedies for treating all sorts of illnesses.
And right at the heart of this pharmacy is one ingredient in particular, ćurekot, or black seed. I mean, with a powerful endorsement like that, it's no wonder it became a cornerstone of natural healing, seen as a cure-all for a huge range of ailments.
And here we go again. Modern science is catching up to ancient wisdom. Studies are now showing that the compounds in black seed really do support the immune system. They act as powerful anti-inflammatories, and they might even play a role in reducing certain cancer risks.
Another really key practice is hijama, which you probably know today as cupping. It's been used for centuries to treat issues like high blood pressure, muscle pain, and inflammation. The idea is to draw stagnant blood to the surface and just kickstart circulation to that area.
Okay, finally, let's look at the kitchen as a medicine cabinet. The Quran actually specifically calls out certain foods for their healing properties.
So let's look at just 3 of these superfoods. First, you've got figs, which are packed with the fiber you need for great digestive health. Then you have olives, full of those good monounsaturated fats that protect your heart. And of course, there's honey, a natural antioxidant and remedy that's been used forever. Every single one is a nutritional powerhouse that any modern dietitian would still recommend today. This leads us to what might be the most remarkable story in our source material, a story where ancient scripture directly inspired a modern medical discovery. It sounds strange, I know, but the question is, can sweat actually heal?
So in this Quranic story, Prophet Yaqub goes blind from the sheer sorrow of losing his son Joseph. Years go by, and then his sight is miraculously restored when Joseph's sweat-soaked shirt is placed on his face. An Egyptian doctor read this and thought, wait a minute,
What if this wasn't just a miracle? What if there was something in the sweat itself?
And what happened next is just incredible. The doctor's curiosity led to a genuine breakthrough. He actually analyzed human sweat and discovered its chemical makeup was remarkably similar to modern medicines used to treat cataracts. Just think about that for a second. An insight from a 1,400-year-old text inspired the development of a brand new medical treatment.
So when you put it all together, what we've just explored is a complete, totally integrated system. It all starts with the belief that your body is a sacred trust. That belief then informs daily rituals that act as preventative medicine, which are then supplemented by a natural pharmacy and a healing diet. It connects literally every part of life to the goal of well-being.
Which leaves us with a final thought to chew on. In our constant modern search for the next big thing in wellness, the latest biohack or supplement or workout routine, what if the most profound breakthroughs aren't waiting for us in the future, but are actually hidden in the wisdom of the past?